Anytime you need to move a worksheet to a different location, it's real simple. We simply click and drag the Sheet tab. I want to move this sales sheet to the right of profits. Sales is active. I click and drag rightward or leftward, in this case rightward, put it behind profits, let go of the mouse, and there it is. At a later time, I might change my mind. I'll move it back again. It could hardly be easier. There could be times when I want to move more than one sheet. Even though these sheets are empty, sheets 3 through 6, if I want to select a whole cluster of sheets, click sheet 3 with the shift key held down, I'll click sheet 6, and I'll drag sheet 3 leftward, and I'm actually moving 4 sheets at once. I'll put them to the left of sales over here. At other times, I might want to copy a sheet. Maybe I want a copy of this projected budget right here. I like the numbers that I see here, but I want to run another set of numbers similar to this, but with different percentages here that control some of the numbers below it. So I want to make a copy of this. There are different ways to do this. It's certainly okay to right-click and move or copy, and we can do that. We can move it to different books. I just want to create a copy, and I could put it on a different location right here. This takes 3 or 4 steps, not the best way, and since it's so easy to move a sheet by dragging, why not do the same kind of thing with copy? Hold down the Control key is the only difference. Now, as I start to drag here, I'm not holding down Control, but if I want to copy, I'll hold down Control, and I can drag it leftward or rightward, and notice that as soon as I hold down Control, that Sheet tab has a plus in it. So I could make a copy of it leftward, or if I simply want to go to the right, make sure that little black pointer that you see is on the right side, let go of the mouse first, and we made a copy. It could hardly be faster. I'll do it again. With the Control key held down, drag to the right, there's another copy of it, just like that. I don't really need this one. Right-click and delete. That's fine. I don't need it. So it's real easy to copy sheets leftward or rightward. It's really easy to move sheets. Occasionally, you might want to copy multiple sheets. Now, if you want to copy sheets and they're not adjacent to one another, you can use the Control key. In fact, you can use it for adjacent sheets, but you will have to click Control repeatedly. So if I want to copy, for example, the HR list and the profits sheet, I'll click HR, and now with the Control key held down, I'll click Profits. And now dragging either one of these rightward can move these two to the right, for example, right there. So I've moved them both, or possibly I could have copied them. Now, can we undo these? I'm going to go to the undo arrow at the top of the screen because that does show us previous entries, and we don't see those features in the undo category. But of course, we can certainly move these around manually in different ways. If you do have a cluster of sheets you want to move at the same time, as we saw earlier, you can click one and then shift-click at the other end of the group that you want to move or copy. If I want a copy of all these here, I can drag leftward here with the Control key, make a copy of them over here. So lots of different techniques. Now, it's also quite possible that I might want to make a copy of sheets to a different workbook. And it could be to an open workbook or it could be to a brand new workbook. I want to copy this projected budget 2017 to a workbook. I don't even have it open yet. Right-click, move or copy. First order of business, make sure it's a copy. To book, what? Drop arrow, a new book, right there. Click OK, and we'll go to the new book as we see this copy. That's book 5. Might be book 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's a new workbook. I'll rename it later, of course, but we made a copy of this. And I'll jump back to the other workbook with the Control tab. So you can always copy a worksheet to a different workbook, whether you've got a workbook open or not. You can copy it to a brand new workbook when necessary. And again, that's with the right mouse button. So different techniques here for moving or copying. Remember, much of the time, a simple drag to move a sheet or a Control drag to make a copy of a sheet.